When should you start preparing for breastfeeding? Should you go for online class or you should go for in-person class? What are the things that you need to see while booking a breastfeeding class? We are going to discuss all of this in today's video. Hi, I'm Prachi. I'm lactation consultant from online lactation clinic Prachi Lactation. In today's video, we are going to discuss when to start preparing for breastfeeding. Ideally, you should start preparing for breastfeeding before the baby is born. Once the baby is born, it can be difficult to attend any class or to actually look for more information when you are already going through breastfeeding. So, it's always better to prepare beforehand. So, the ideal time would be third trimester of pregnancy. If you are carrying twins or multiples, then the ideal time would be second trimester of pregnancy. Both in-person and online breastfeeding class are fine for preparation of breastfeeding. Depending upon what is your individual preference based on the circumstances that you are in, you can choose one of these two options. I would urge that you take your family members or your husband or whoever is going to be an important part in taking care of the baby. You should include that person or people during your breastfeeding class. It is really helpful if all the members who are going to care for the baby are on the same page along with mother, because that really helps in getting that good breastfeeding equation. While booking a breastfeeding class, whether it's online or in person, there are 5 things that you need to see if they are included in your breastfeeding class. Now, all breastfeeding classes are going to have breastfeeding position and breastfeeding latch knowledge. Apart from that, these 5 things can really help you in getting that success in your breastfeeding journey, especially if you are first time mother. The first and most important thing is examination of breast. Now, each mother's breast is different. So, some will have a smaller breast, some will have bigger breast, some will have the nipple turned down, some will have a flatter nipple, some will have inverted nipple. So, shape of breast and nipple has to be examined during breastfeeding class by your lactation consultant. This helps in getting a better situation about your breastfeeding position. There are certain things that can be modified in your typical breastfeeding position so as to accommodate these changes, and it helps you in getting a better breastfeeding latch from day one. Now, second important thing is that you are explained by your lactation consultant during breastfeeding class about how to hand express colostrum. Now, this is very important because though we are going to latch the baby to breast immediately after the baby is born, sometimes it's not possible to do it right away. Also, even if you latch, you might have periods when baby is latching and then the other periods when baby is not latching, so you have to express and give. So, it's always better if the mother is well prepared and knows how to hand express colostrum. Now, the third thing is how to deal with postpartum engorgement. Now, postpartum engorgement is something that mother will start feeling once she is discharged from hospital mostly. So, postpartum engorgement sets in at around day 3 or day 4. So, mother is already at home, and sometimes for some mothers it becomes very painful, and baby who was latching on day 1 or day 2 is sometimes not able to latch. So, how to deal effectively with postpartum engorgement has to be included in the breastfeeding class to make it better for mother to deal with these situations. Now, fourth aspect is about what to expect, like how do you know your baby is getting enough at breast. This is very important because sometimes when babies are exclusively breastfed, since we can't see how much ml baby is consumed, you go on day 7 or day 10 and you realize that the baby is not fed well. So if you know what are the markers, how can you figure out that your baby is feeding well or not, then it can really be helpful for you to decide whether your breastfeeding is going on well or you need additional support. Now, fifth and most important thing is the information about different types of breast pumps. I know that not all the mothers are going to use breast pumps, and I would also not tell you to go and buy the breast pump before even you start your breastfeeding journey, but it's always good to know which one is suitable, what are the functions, what to look for, because what happens is most often if the baby is not feeding directly, or if there is a sore nipple, or if there is any complication, we see that mothers will immediately tell their husbands or family members to go buy breast pump. Now, they are going to buy breast pump depending upon the recommendations that they get from the shop. Instead, if you know what to look for and what kind of breast pump you are looking for, then it's easy during that phase for any member of your family to place an order or to get it. So, these are the 5 things that you need to look for whenever you are going to book a breastfeeding class. If you find this information useful, do like this video and subscribe to us for more such information.